Pekka Pellinen, Global Advocacy Manager for Finlandia Vodka. Welcome in VZČF TV, sir.
Dobrý den. Hello, nice to be here.
Finlandia Vodka is one of the absolute leaders of the global market, it's possible to say. What do you think makes it so popular?
Product. What is inside the bottle? And we are the first global vodka from Finland. And the roots comes from the 1970s. So that's the reason why we are only global Finnish vodka.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons.
As you said, this brand was introduced to the world in 1917. Is Finlandia Vodka different today than it was in like almost 55 years ago?
No, we use exactly the same ingredient. And before we launch it, we decide the taste profile of the Finlandia vodka. So it's the pure, clean, crispy taste of Finlandia. We decided 1970 before we launch it, and it's still exactly the same taste profile.
Finlandia vodka is known as a high quality, extremely pure taste, while the finish is long lasting and minerality, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So
especially the aftertaste. The long, very smooth, pure aftertaste.
I understand. Does it have room for some progress or innovations? It's more, or is it a priority to keep the high quality?
It's priority to keep the same taste profile, the high quality taste profile, when we talk about the classic Finlandia.
Okay.
Then, if we want to go to the flavored vodkas or make some other kind of the vodka flavors, then we still keep the classic Finlandia as it is, but then to do the different kind of the innovations.
Okay. Tell me more about the innovations, please.
Trends are changing every time. Vodka trends are changing. So then need to go with the trends. Like the good example, it's the Finlandia Botanicals.
Are you focusing to do like new bottles or new tastings of the vodka?
That's my part of the team when we create the new trends, new flavors. Like good example, it's the Finlandia Botanicals. When we create the taste profile of the botanicals, so my responsibility as a brand ambassador, also the mixologist, it needs to be mixable. Because most of the vodkas, when we talk about the flavored vodkas, those need to be mixable with the most common mixer.
I understand.
Because otherwise, it's quite hard to sell it on the bars or clubs if you cannot mix it, or if it does not taste good with the most common mixers. Like when we talk about the tonic or Coke or orange juice so the taste profile needs to be like that. And that's my responsibility because I have a bartender background. I'm a mixologist, brand ambassador. So that's my responsibility of the team.
But still, do you prefer the Enjoy vodka as a shot or are you a fan only of cocktails?
Depends on the situation. But if I have to pick up shot or cocktail to the lonely island, I will pick up the cocktail.
So in your opinion, when is a good time to have a shot of quality vodka?
With the food.
With food?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the culture of vodka is drinking in Finland? And is it different from the rest of the world?
We are a little bit more like the eastern part of the Europe culture. So it has been a lot of shot culture to drink the vodka with the food as a shot with the speech and things like that. But nowadays it goes more and more to the cocktails. So that's the also culture in Finland vodka with the good quality cocktails. So that's the best base for that kind of cocktails.
I understand. Tell me more about the cocktails. We all know the Moscow Mule, vodka martini, or vodka Collins, but how doesn't Finlandia inspire the creation for new cocktails?
Globally, the professional bartenders, they love to use vodka, and especially the Finlandia vodka, when they use the fresh ingredients in their cocktails. Fresh herbs, fresh fruits, fresh berries. Because the Finlandia vodka overall, and especially Finlandia, supports the taste of those ingredients, the fresh ingredients. Imagine, if you take very strong taste profile alcohol, like a gin, it's a good example, or whiskey, brandies. If you take that kind of the base in your cocktails, fresh ingredients, it little bit overtakes the freshness of the cocktail. So then that, what is your base, the base alcohol, that makes the road where you are going in your cocktail. But then when you want to play like a chef behind a bar, you pick up the fresh ingredients, and then you need something what supports those fresh ingredients. The vodka, it's excellent for that kind of the cocktails, and especially because of the pure taste profile of Finlandia. It's not very heavy vodka, it's not very oily vodka, it's not malty vodka. That supports the freshness of the different herbs, freshness of the different berries, or freshness of the different fruits.
So now we are talking about the infusions, right?
No. You make the cocktail. You think about what I'm going to use today. I need something citrusy. Okay, I squeeze the fresh lemon juice. Then I like some kind of the like the herb flavor. I used a little bit basil. Then I need a little bit sweetness, so I use the fresh honey.
Okay.
And then what supports those fresh ingredients, it's for vodka, not the infuse.
Okay. And do you use infusions? And
yes.
And how do you like to use them in drinks?
Every now and then, because I like to, behind the bar, when I work in behind the bar, I like to reuse, reduce, recycle the ingredients.
Yeah, understand.
So then the infusions are easy to make it. So when you peel the lemon before you squeeze it, you can use those lemons, just put it in the vodka bottle, so you make your own citrusy flavored vodka. So use all the ingredients from the beginning to the end. And always when you make the macerations or infusions with Finlandia, we call it Finfusion.
Finfusions?
Yes.
Nice.
Not infusion.
What does Finlandia represent for you as a mixologist? Is it more of vodka for fresh and light cocktails, or is it more for big boys heavy drinks?
It's more for the cocktail, not for the heavy drinks. Then you need some kind of the smoky malt whiskey or very heavy bourbon whiskey, or that's for the heavy guys. It's more like the delicate, good cocktails. It's the Finlandia.
For summer season is much more?
Then the summer season, it's more like the flavored ones. Like the Finlandia Botanical, it's one of those. What is the excellent for the summer cocktails? Easy mixers, 2-3 ingredients. Just fill it up in the glass like this one. Now we have a Finlandia Botanical wild berry and rose, fresh lime juice, and then there is a pink mixer, the Kinley's pink mixer in the glass. Just fill it up here. Beautiful summer cocktail.
I got some question also about what is difficult and what is not difficult, the cocktails. But first, I saw on your Instagram profile that you are also into pairing vodka cocktails with food.
Yeah.
So how do you approach this pairing?
Of course, it depends on the dinner. Beginning of the dinner, it's a different kind of the cocktails. End of the dinner is a different kind of the cocktails. And always you need the good discussion with the chef. What is the components? What is the taste profile of the food? And then you create that kind of the cocktail, what is part of that food like supports the food. Cocktail, it's never like wine with the food. You never enjoy the cocktail like a wine. That's the reason when I make the food pairing with the cocktails, I call those mini martinis. So basically when I serve the cocktail, it's very small. It's something like 40 milliliters, 50 milliliters in the small, nice glass, supports the portion, the food, what you have on your plate, but gives the nice twist also for the food. And then you have to, first you start to think about when you discuss with the chef, you taste the food, then you think about, do you need very dry cocktail with this one? Do you need sweet and sour? Or do you need bittersweet? Or do you need sweet one? Normally it's, of course, with the aperitifs, it's more dry. Middle of the food, it might be the bittersweet or sweet and sour, and it's more sweet.
So usually the smaller portions of cocktails.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you need to keep it like fresh.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which food and cocktail combinations have you been enjoying the most lately?
That's not the cocktail, but the beef tartare and the shot of vodka, it's the best combination ever. But then, good example, if you have some kind of the starter, you have fish, like the cold smoked salmon and something made of that. Small vodka martini, excellent. If you have, then you have a dinner, the sweet, like the dessert.
Oh, dessert.
So then espresso martini, it's beautiful, supports the dessert most of the time.
Because this is like a classical combination, but are you also looking for an unusual flavor combination, something like a little bit crazy?
Yes, always.
Tell me more about it.
Always.
For example.
There is some kind of the, if you have like the mushrooms, because in Finland, and many countries all around the world, we use a lot of mushrooms. So then the mushrooms and bittersweet cocktail, it's the quite nice combination.
Okay.
It can be mushroom soup or something where is the mushrooms and then the bittersweet combination. It's beautiful. One of those was the grape roski, where was the Finlandia grapefruit, vermouth rosso, campari and bitters. So that kind of the bittersweet. So there is a quite much of sweetness, but still a lot of bitterness because of the vermouth and campari. But the base is the Finlandia grapefruit. And then the mushroom soup, local mushrooms. So that was the excellent combination. So it sounds like ice cream and ketchup in the same glass or the same plate, but the beautiful combination.
It sounds a little bit crazy, but I believe you. In an interview, you said that the vodka martini is the most difficult cocktail in the world.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because there's nothing to hide.
It's true, because it's just like two ingredients.
Two ingredients. Everything needs to be perfect. You need to chill the glass. And if you chill it with ice, you take the ice out. There's no melting water in the glass. When you mix it, you have to have a dry, good ice, because if those ice are very watery,
it's very important.
It is. So then you ruin the martini. Yeah. If your vermouth bottle has been open 2 weeks, it's done. It's not fresh anymore. You ruin the martini. If you shake it like James Bond, you ruin the martini. So all the components, from the glass to the mixing to the garnish, everything needs to be perfect when you make the vodka martini. And Finlandia vodka martini, 2 ingredients, most difficult cocktail in the world.
But a few minutes ago you said that the cocktails from 2 or 3 ingredients are very easy.
Then, of course, but then you need to use the different kind of the ingredients.
Okay.
Like these are the easy mixers when you use the bubbles. Bubbles and fresh lime juice, those are a little bit hide each other. So these are easy for the summer to enjoy. And if there is a little bit more of the mixer, it doesn't matter if there is a little bit less of the mixer. Somebody likes more. But in vodka martini, all of those nuances, because there's no mixer, needs to be perfect.
I agree. Can you tell us 2 or 3 of your signature cocktails, please?
One of the signature cocktails, it's the smoked Finlandia gazpacho. It's like the cold tomato soup.
Okay.
I smoke it. Somebody call it kind of the Bloody Mary, but there is components are, I smoke it with the smoking gun. Components are tomato, Finlandia. Then I use of course, salt and pepper. There's a saltiness. Yeah. And then the little bit spiciness from the sriracha sauce, little bit mustard, little bit horseradish, and fresh lemon juice. And when you chill it, smoke it, that's excellent. Beautiful breakfast, excellent. More like Sunday brunch.
So the first one?
Yeah, and then the second one of those are Baltic Sea sour, where is the Nordic ingredients. There is a fresh dill, cumin seeds, sweet and sour Finlandia grapefruit, and then salt and pepper. Because always when you use the fresh herbs, like basil, dill, rosemary, sage, in your cocktail, you need to put a little bit of salt, because that brings the freshness. Not too much, because in the cocktail, if there's too much salt, and only the fresh ingredients, it kills the freshness. Yeah. But a little bit fresh dill, beautiful combination. It's like a sour cocktail, what is a little bit twisted with those ingredients.
And perfect food pairing for these 2 cocktails?
For the
gazpacho?
Gazpacho, the tomato soup, then you need to have something like crunchy, some kind of the like bread, kind of the local bread with some topping with the bread, and then the tomato, it's next to the smoked tomato, it's next to that. And then the sour, you can have, when you have a sweet and sour cocktail, basically more of the salad kind of the fresh things, all of that kind of the components are beautiful food pairing with the sweet and sour cocktail.
Thank you very much for interview, sir.
Thank you.
Pekka Pellinen, Global Advocacy Manager of Finlandia Vodka. Thank you very much, sir. Take care.
Kippis.
Kippis. To byla další epizoda z podcastu magazínu Vyziče. Všechny epizody naleznete v našem archivu na www.vyzičev.com/podcast a také ve všech podcastových aplikacích. Kontaktovat nás můžete na adrese redakce@vyzičev.com. Na nový díl podcastu od nás se můžete těšit každý týden. A my se budeme těšit na vás.